In this video, I'm going to show you how to fold an origami winter star and the star in star variation designed by Jane Rosemarin. For a star with a radius that's this point to a tip of 4.7 centimeters or 1 7/8 of an inch, we'll cut a pentagon with a radius of 7.8 centimeters or 3 1/8 of an inch. We'll cut this from a square with a side length of 15 centimeters or 6 inches. Of course, you can use any method you like to get a pentagonal sheet of paper before we start folding. But as I think many of you won't have pentagonal sheets lying around, I'm going to quickly show you one way of doing it. We're going to start with the white side up and fold edge to edge and work slowly and precisely here so that you get a nice, neat finish on your star. Then we're going to pinch the center of this square by bringing one layer and aligning this edge with that folded edge. And take your time. And then just pinching in the center. And then fold edge to folded edge. And again align precisely and then pinch so that you get an intersection with the crease you made before. Right here. Now with the folded edge in the bottom, we're going to take this bottom right corner and align it with that intersection of the two creases. And then we're going to crease like this. Then we're going to take this folded edge and bring it over to that folded edge. And then we're going to take this folded edge and bring it over to these multiple layers right there, ensuring that we get a nice, neat point in the bottom. Like this. Now we're going to flip it over and fold in half, bringing edge to edge and creasing. And now you can see that you have a right angle here, and this is where we're going to cut off to get our pentagon. You can use scissors for this, but I prefer using a cutting mat with a steel ruler and an X-Acto knife. Then you can unfold this completely and you have a nice pentagon right there. Now we're going to form a bird base from a pentagon. So for this we're going to flip it over because we want a colored model, and we're going to take these creases that go to the middle of one of these sides of the pentagon, and those are going to be our mountain folds. So some of them are valley folds, and we can simply change them to be mountain folds. And these creases that go to the point of the pentagon are going to be valley folds. I like to simply make those valley folds by aligning those two edges, those two mountain folds, and then pushing down. And we're doing that all the way around so that we get this kite shape here. And now for the bird base, we're going to always take these raw edges and bring them to the center to pre-crease. And same on the other side. Now usually for a bird base we'd fold this up and bring the paper in. But we want to keep this area nice and clean for a clean finish on the star. So instead we're simply going to inside reverse fold this paper so that you can see we have mountain folds all the way around and are hiding that paper inside. And the same on the other side. And now you have 3 more flaps, and you need to repeat that step on those 3 flaps too. ensure all of the creases are nice and strong by using this large area of your thumbnail to strengthen them. Now we're going to ensure that we have 3 flaps on one side and 2 on the other. And now we're going to bring one of these flaps up and just pinch in the center so that we have an intersection here. Now we're going to take that top point and align it with that intersection and make a crease. You're going through several layers, so make it a nice and strong crease. Then unfold and unfold the model completely, as we need to add some more pre-creasing. Just ensure that it doesn't catch. With the white side up, we're now going to strengthen these creases of the small pentagon, and we're going to simply go along the crease and then ensure that it's nice and precise by aligning the tip with that crease line. And then strengthen the crease and make it a valley fold, because some of them will be mountain folds or mixed creases. Now we're going to flip the model over, and you can see these corners of the pentagon. We're going to add creases that start in these points, and we're going to first ensure that we catch one of those points. I like to actually fold along it so that I can really nicely see it, then catch it with my hand, and then we're going to align this edge with itself so that we get a right angle right here. So we're forming a crease from this point over to that edge in a right angle. We're preparing a twist for later on. And then go to the next point. Again, catch that point and then move the paper so that you're aligning it onto itself. So now we've added these creases right here all the way around. And this one. Now we're going to collapse that bird base from before. And for this I like to pinch these mountain folds that are on the edge, and at the same time press with my fingers right here onto that central pentagon, because we want to sync it while collapsing that pentagonal bird base again. So first I'm going around until you can see that this pentagon pops up like this. And then I'm going to pinch these corners so that it starts collapsing. It doesn't actually have to be super neat here, because we're going to open that pentagon in just a little bit again, but you don't want to stress the paper too much during this step. So here you can see this is now nicely collapsed. And then we're also going to inside reverse fold these flaps again. This should go quite easily, as the paper kind of remembers the shape it's been in before. Like this. Now you can see we have these crease lines right here, which we prepared before. And we're going to fold up along it, mostly in this area right here. And we're going to go around once, and it doesn't matter too much if the other ones unfold a little. You just want to press them in shape a bit, so that in the end this pentagon will open up and it will be twisted. So give the paper a bit of room, don't hold it too tightly. and ensure that no paper in here is being folded in a way we don't want it to. And then you get something like this. And you can simply press it, and now you can see very clearly how this paper is twisting open like that. And this is why I was saying, we're going to flatten that pentagon out again. Sometimes this paper may fold a bit in, and if that happens, simply bring it into shape so that in the end you get a nice neat finish on the reverse of the star. So here you can see I'm simply opening up the paper a little and then releasing it to get a neat finish. This looks nice. And straighten out the tips. And now what I like to do is flatten this model, especially if you want to attach this to a card or mail it. You will want this model to be nice and flat, and this is the best time to do it. Now, up to this stage, all of the steps for both stars are the same. And here I've got another one I prepared, and from now on the steps we're doing are going to be for the winter star, and after that I'm going to show you how to get the star in star variation. So let's concentrate on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to work on this central pentagon, and we're going to take that layer right there of that pentagon, and we're going to align the center with the very center of the star. And you will notice that you have several layers here and you can't really completely fold it. And that's okay. So simply open this up from this left side and align the 2 points, and you will have this three-dimensional shape. And then you're going to crease just on this section. And if you wanted to make it nice and strong, you can actually use that sharp end of your thumbnail to run across the crease. And then unfold and repeat all the way around. Always aligning with the center and then making a nice sharp crease. Now, once you have that, we can start collapsing the star. First, fold in one section and then rotate a bit clockwise and fold in the next section. And then rotate a little and fold in the next section. And a fourth time, and for the final one, you want to open this section a little bit so that you can fold in that paper right there. And then you can collapse it down. Now you can flatten this completely, like this. Or if you want to have a slightly three-dimensional look with a tiny star in the center, you can open this paper up and curl it a little bit. Can you see that? I'm just running my fingers kind of in this action around so that I'm curling that paper a little bit and softening the edges. And then you can see you have this variant, and you can open it further or you can close it up a bit more, like that. And that is the winter star. So now let's move on to the star in star variation. For this, we're going to take this edge right here. So not the one from the central pentagon, but that one. And we're going to add a crease so that it starts in this point and that edge meets that center. So we're catching that point right there and then aligning that edge with the center. These reference points help achieve a nice symmetrical finish. And as before, you need to repeat this step all the way around. And now again you want to collapse this. The first one is already folded, and then you're going to fold in the second one and rotate clockwise. Fold the third one, rotate, fold in, and hide this underneath. And then for the last one again, open this first one up just a little bit so that you can fold in along the crease you prepared, like that. And then close it up. Then you can strengthen the creases once more. And as before, you can either flatten this completely or let it open just a little bit, although it will open by itself, and I actually like that a lot about this variant. So there you have it. These are the two stars, Winter Star and the Star in Star variation, designed by Jane Rosemarin. And guess what? You can fold even more variations following Jane's diagrams, which are published in Origami USA's online magazine, The Fold. Also, be sure to check out Jane's Flickr stream and Instagram for more of her fantastic work. Now, if you liked this video, do let me know by giving it a thumbs up, commenting below, and sharing it with others. I'm especially interested in knowing which one you prefer, the Winter Star or the Star in Star variation. Plus, if you're looking for more winter and Christmas related models, check out the playlist I've put together, or fold an origami box perfect for gifting following one of my tutorials. Finally, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next videos. I hope to see you around, and as always, happy folding!